Janet and students, today I am going to explain you The Ball, the poem by John Berryman. This poem here, the John Berryman just want to give the few messages through the poem that the here you will learn that how you can understand the loss of something that you love, and then this poem make you able to learn and develop the ability to understand the difficult situation and in your life you should not be, and this will be help you to not to show your grievances, but to experience new things over the loss of something. And you will read how to cope up with the things and the new words also. So let's continue. So before the proceeding of the poem, I would like to introduce the poet John Berryman. John Berryman was an American poet and scholar. He is best known for the Dream Songs 1969, which was a sequence of 385 poems. He won Pulitzer Prize for the Dream Songs. He also won National Book Award. Yes, this is the introduction of the poet John Berryman. In this poem he just want through this poem the John Berryman just want to tell you that just want to express the feeling of the loss, how to cope up with the loss. And the Ball poem has described the reality of life which everyone has to face one day, and he has touched the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrow of life. So before proceeding this poem, I would just like to show you the video which you can correlate with the theme of the poem very easily. So now after the watching of the video and getting the explanation of the poem, you will get the idea that how the poem and the video related to each other, and you will get the things that you will easily take out the moral and the theme of the poem, that how the two people are there in the video, they both have shows their kindness, and the lady who lost her things, but she didn't show her grievances to the boy, and she just cope up with her loss. This is just a little things, but that things related to the life in her life as a lady, how she is not she was not shows her grievances towards the boy, as well as we should not show the grievances to our life also whatever the thing is loss or the gain is over there, we should not show the grievances, we should not lose the hope, and we should come up with all the odd and even time, and we have to cope up with everything and stand up.
What is the boy now? Who has lost his ball? What? What is he to do? I saw it go, merely bouncing down the street and then merely over. There it is in the water. So, here the poet is talking about a boy who has lost his ball. He wants to know about him and his reaction because he has lost his ball. Further, he asks to himself that what this ball, why do after losing his ball? The poet has seen the ball going away from the boy. He says that the ball was cheerfully jumping up and down in the streets. This means that when the ball skipped from the boy's hand, it went into the street and later on it fell into the nearby river. Here, the anaphora used. This is a use for the repeating words in the two more lines. Okay. So, what is the boy? What merely? So here the what used most. So that was is the anaphora, and the assonance is the repeated of the vowel words. Like here, the lots of vowel word using boy, now, who, lost. Imaginary. This poem is imaginary because here he just considered at the non-living things as a merely bouncing down on the street. वो ये this just he just want to say that how cheerfully he it just bouncing. So the ball can't feel. So this is all the imaginary. That's why this is imaginary. Repetition word is what? The word is consistently used repeatedly. No use to say, oh, there are another ball. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. I deem another ball is worthless. Now he sends first responsibility. Here, the poet wants to say that there is no benefit of consoling the boy by saying that he will get another ball. He has other balls too. He says so because so the boy is feeling very sad. He is completely surrounded by sorrow, and he said because of the all memories of the childhood days went down the harbor with the ball. And here the poet just want to say that the boy is very sad as the ball which has now gone into the water reminds him of those sweet memories of the time when he owned it. This loss is unbearable for him and he is grief stricken. The poet says that here that he can't even tell the boy that to make some money from him in order to buy another ball, and he says that to so because of the new ball will not bring and the sense of the belonging to the boy, because the things which have the feeling of the belongingness is to have with an old that ball only. If he will get the new ball also, he will not get the sense of belonging, sense of feeling of the ownership he didn't get from the new ball or the another ball. He says that so because of the new ball will not bring him the sense of the belonging of the boy. The further the poet says that the poem has come this time has come from the boy to learn the responsibility. This is the time that the boy should learn the responsibility, or from the boy we should learn the responsibility of taking care of things, or the boy should take the responsibility of taking care of his things. In the world of possessions, people will take balls, balls will be lost always. Little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. His epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what everyone must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. Possessions, ownership. In this poem, in this stanza, the poet wants to say that the boy has to learn that in the materialistic world, this is the materialistic world, and the many things which belonging to him will lost one day. At one day, he personifies the ball as his belongings, and be it the worldly things or the relationship is in the possession of. So he says that he has to learn to live without them no matter what. He says no one can buy back such things for him. The poet said so because according to him, money can't buy everything. Yes, money can't buy everything, and it does. If it does buy you some materialistic things, still it will be not able to buy the sense of belongingness. The sense of belongingness is matter for the most. And he says that the boy is learning how to stand up against the sense of the lost thing. This man, that the boy is trying to learn the real truth of life, which states that you have to accept the miseries of life and stand up again. This is the truth. Yes, this is the truth which everyone has to learn in his or her life, and the harsh truth of standing up against the old odd miseries and the life or odd miseries of the life, and the everyone has to bear it. This is the world truth, this is the nature truth, we have to bear it.
Thank you so much. I hope you like this poem.